You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. But his parents aren't around. Someone once told Rory that Lin Hong's parents had passed away. I see. The officer wasn't sure what to do. What happened, officer? Can you tell me? I'm his girlfriend. If he needs bail money, I can give it to you. It's more serious than that. Lin Hong got into a fight at a bar and injured someone. He broke the victim's ribs, and the victim is currently being treated at the hospital. His parents are set on suing Lin Hong, so he might have to appear on trial. At this moment, Lin Hong is being detained. What? Things are that serious? Rory was dumbfounded. She originally thought that it was just a small argument between men, but it turned out to be a serious assault. This really was serious. You should go home and think about it. Maybe hire a lawyer for him. After hearing this, Rory walked back to Melody with a blank expression on her face. Lin Hong's friend, the one Rory and Melody went to karaoke with, had just arrived as well. Rory, you're here! Do you know who Hong assaulted? Rory wondered if she could find the victim's family and give them money so they could drop the lawsuit. That would be the best outcome for Lin Hong. It's a little serious. The victim's name is Bin. His father's the second in command at the procuratorate. His family's really powerful. I heard his uncle is some commander of the army. Lin Hong might end up in jail because of this. How did this happen? Lin Hong's not a violent person. It's not entirely his fault. Bin and his friends were harassing this woman at the bar and drugging her. Lin Hong saw what happened, and he recognized that the woman was the younger sister of a frequent client. She's a really nice person. He couldn't sit there and do nothing, so he ran up to stop them. That's how they got into this fight. Was Hong injured? He's fine, he hurt his hand, but I heard Bin broke 4 ribs. Damn, what should I do? Rory sighed heavily. The entire world knew she liked Lin Hong, yet she couldn't help at all. Melody, who was standing beside them, didn't utter a word. After all, this was a serious incident. No, I have to go see him, Rory said as he ran back into the police office. Officer, can I see my boyfriend? We're not done interrogating him yet, the police responded indifferently. The municipal bureau arrested him. They're not going to let us see them. We tried already. I'm going to die of anxiety. Rory was on the verge of tears. Suddenly, Melody thought of an idea. Rory, calm down, let me try. Melody, don't use force, Rory said with worry. I won't do that, don't worry. Then, Melody walked over to the police officer with a smile on her face. Officer, is Director Ace here tonight? You know Director Ace? The officer froze for a second. The look on his face became complicated. I do. Melody nodded guiltily. Wait, let me make a call. Soon after he made the call, Noah came downstairs. He looked at Melody, feeling a little confused. Was this the young woman who wanted to see him? You know me? Noah asked, not sure what was going on. Hello, Chief Ace. I'm Chloe's friend. Chloe's friend? Yeah, I'm sorry for the impertinence, but my friend was detained for fighting. We want to go in and talk to him. Would you please tell the staff to let us in? Well, you make a call to Chloe first. Noah was wary since Chloe was a well-known doctor and lots of people had heard of her. It was possible that the girl was pretending to know Chloe to ask a favor from him. Understanding Noah's suspicion, Melody took out her cell phone and called Chloe in front of Noah. Talking on the phone for a little while, Melody handed her cell phone to Noah. Hello, Chloe? Old Ace, let her see her friend. Okay, got it. Seeing the girl indeed knew Chloe and even called her in the middle of night, Noah knew she had a close relationship with Chloe, so he told his staff to let them see Lin Hong. Rory looked at Melody in admiration. My gosh, Melody, you're awesome. Did you call Justin? But don't tell him I'm here. He'd kill me if he knew I'm in the police station. Rory seemed to be afraid of Justin. I didn't call Justin. I called Sister Chloe. Oh, right. Dr. Green is said to be childhood friends with the chief of the Municipal Public Security Bureau. You're awesome. Rory's mood lightened as she caught Melody's hand in excitement. Now go in and see your friend. Okay. Wait for me at the door. Okay. Rory entered the meeting room and saw Lin Hang sitting there with a haggard face. Big brother Lin, don't be afraid. I'll get you out. It's not necessary. Rory, don't mind me. They want money, but I don't have money. I'd rather stay in here. Other than the daily expenditures, Lin Hang spent most of the income that his auto repair shop made on modifications on his motorcycle. The fans of motorcycles could go without food, but not without their beloved motorcycles. He had no money, and even if he had money, he didn't plan to spend it on compensation. Big brother Lin, please don't give up. Do you know how I felt when I heard you were in trouble? Do you know how difficult it was to gain permission to see you here? Yao called her friend who asked the chief of the bureau to give me an opportunity to see you. We're working hard to help you. How can you shrug it away so airily? Melody is here? Lin Hang got the point. Yeah, she's here and pulled some strings. Lin Hang bit on his lip and remained silent. He didn't like that he needed women to get him out of trouble. Anyway, don't be afraid. I'll help you. Rory, please don't do it. I know your background. It's impossible for us to be together. I'm no better than a beggar. How can I marry into your family? What's so grand about the Cooper family? Our forefathers were ordinary people, too. My great-grandfather was once a beggar during the war. This is not the point. The point is, I don't love you. But you don't have to love me. My love is enough for both of us. Rory said the words with a lowered head and left the room. When she came out, the others walked up to her. Rory, how did it go? Big brother Lin will be fine. I'll find a way to get him out. Rory wiped off her tears and walked toward the door. Rory, are you okay? Your spirits seem low. Melody, I'll go to Justin and beg him to get Lin out. Will he help you? Melody, do you know who Justin is to me? Rory asked Melody with a teary smile. Melody didn't speak because she knew Rory would tell her if she wanted to. Justin's my uncle. Uncle? Melody was surprised. She had guessed that Rory was a member of the Cooper family or even an illegitimate daughter of Justin's father, but she'd never imagined that Justin was Rory's uncle. Yeah, the Cooper family is very big, and most of the members are in the military regions. Justin's father is a brother of my grandfather. My father is in the distant Gannon military region, and I was raised by my grandparents in northern part. After they passed away, my father wanted me to join the army, but I refused. I have a half-brother, but I don't like him nor my father, so I didn't want to return and live with them. My grandpa was close to Justin's father. According to the family generations, Justin is a cousin of my father and I'm his niece. Okay. The information was a bit too much for Melody to process immediately. My father only gives me money and doesn't care what I do. Even if I ask him, he won't help me. Instead, he'd railed at me for hanging out with villains. But you know Lin isn't a villain. He fought with people to save his friend, so I must help him. My Uncle Justin is powerful here and can help me by pulling a few strings, but I know he'd give me a dressing down. Maybe I'll go with you? I can share the blame. Melody was now used to being lectured by Justin. Ha! No, I truly don't need you to go with me. I can't always drag you into my mess. She patted Melody on the shoulder and said, Melody, wait here for me. I'll come and pick him up after I see my uncle. Then we'll leave together. Okay, I'll wait for you here. Good. Then, Rory walked out of the bureau. Melody didn't know how Rory explained the whole thing to Justin, but Ling Hang was released that night, and the victim's family who had threatened to get him into jail turned silent as if the fight had never happened. It was the first time that Melody witnessed the terrifying effects of power. When the four of them sat down in a hot pot restaurant at midnight, the whole thing still felt like a dream to her. Melody, what are you thinking? Nothing. Melody snapped back to reality. Big brother Lin, you must thank Melody too, because she helped you. She used her connections and tried to persuade Chief Ace to let us see you. Rory told him everything. Thank you. Lin Hang filled a cup of liquor and drained it to show his gratitude. Don't mention it. I did it to help Rory. Melody made it clear to him. You look like a good girl. Why did you enter the entertainment business? Don't you know how dirty it is? Are fame and money so important to you? Lin Hang seemed to be very prejudiced against the show business, and spoke his mind now that they got closer due to this incident. "Because I can make more money in this business," Melody smiled. "You'd make more money as a hooker, right?" Lin Hung blurted out before he realized he had spoken out of line, but it was too late to take it back. "Big Brother Lin!" Rory looked at Melody worriedly, thinking she'd get angry and leave them. But she didn't. Instead, she picked up a shrimp slide from the hot pot calmly and replied, "It's true that hookers make lots of money, but they have to sell their bodies. I don't have to do that. I don't want to be a famous A-list actress. I just want to make money even if it means I have to do extra parts for the rest of my life. Is there anything wrong with that?" "Yeah, Big Brother Lin, I think Miss Melody is right. Acting is a career and not every actress succeeds through hidden rules." Lin Hang's wingman tried to smooth the things over for his boss. "But no actress can rise to fame without submitting to hidden rules," Lin Hang insisted. "But I don't want to rise to fame," Melody chuckled. "Then how can you make money?" "Every actor gets paid. Even for a small character, one gets paid for hundreds of thousands of dollars for one TV series. Including the pay one gets for doing advertisements and commercial shows, the income is much higher than the salary of a white-collar worker. You guys don't know how expensive things are in Capital City now. Even one toothbrush costs about $9. If I work as an office lady or as a dance teacher, the most I can earn is about $8,000 a month, which is not enough to pay for the daily expenditures of my family. Things would be worse if we get sick and be hospitalized. So, Mr. Lin, everyone has one's own life goals. My goal is making money with hard work. Do you have an issue with that? Was your ex-girlfriend an actress and hurt you deeply?" Melody spoke frankly and didn't spare his feelings. Rory felt awkward, afraid they'd engage in a fight. After all, she had never seen someone roast Lin Hang like this before. "The truth is, no." Lin Hang lowered his head and bowed out from the argument. "Yeah, Melody was a pretty girl who had graduated from the dance academy, but when she got fierce, she was ruthless with her words, even when she was with Justin." The four of them celebrated Lin Hang's release over hot pot until it was 2 a.m. When they got back to their room, it was almost dawn. "Rory, what's so good about that Lin Hang? Why are you so obsessed with him?" "Big Brother Lin is very nice. You'll know it when you get to know him better." "Forget it. I don't want to know him better. Not interested." "Then are you interested in my Uncle Justin?" "Ahem, be serious." Hearing Rory's wild guess, Melody was exasperated. "Ha ha, your reaction is too violent to be uninterested. Did I hit a nerve?" Rory smirked slyly. "Nonsense. Your uncle is arrogant and rude. He almost swaggers just because he has money and power. He's way out of my league." "You don't know him. In fact, my uncle is kind and simple, just like a child." "Forget it. Don't tease me. I don't want to follow the footprints of those actresses. Even the A-list actress Kira isn't good for him, not to mention me, a nobody." Melody waved her hand and ended the topic about Justin. Then, the two girls returned to their dorm room and went to bed. Justin wasn't close to Rory but took good care of her. Usually she didn't make big trouble for him, so he helped her this time, even though he didn't want to. It was almost 3:30 when Anne came back after handling the issue. "How did it go? Is it done?" "Yeah, the man was released and had hot pot with Rory." "They didn't learn anything." Justin was disgusted. Melody was with them. "The woman with big breasts but no brains," Justin commented without thinking. "Huh? President Cooper, you noticed Miss Melody has big breasts? How come I didn't notice it?" Anne was puzzled. "Ha ha. President Cooper, are you interested in Miss Melody?" "Not at all." "Okay, let's stop kidding and go to bed. Mr. Cruz said you and I must labor for him each day after work to make plans for Dr. Green's birthday party." "Max is shameless. To cozy up to his wife, he offered to do a birthday party for Khloe. He even dragged us into it," Justin complained. "I too think Mr. Cruz is out of line," Anne agreed with his boss. "Forget it. Time to sleep." "President Cooper, they go to the birthday party in pairs? Don't you want to take a girl to the party?" "You're single too, right?" Justin didn't think he'd feel very embarrassed with Anne by his side. "No, I have a feeling Fiona might come that day. Then I'd have no time for you." You forget your friends when you see a girl." I've been like this all the time. You just realized it? And teased him. Shame on you. So, President Cooper, whom will you bring, Miss Elsie or Miss Melody? Do I have a third option? Obviously, Justin was satisfied with neither of the choices. Or you can call Miss Kira in the States. Stop. Forget it. Justin didn't dare to hear the rest. Anyway, you can't set hopes on Pudding and Little Bean since they both have partners, but you can wait half a year and take Dr. Green's son as your companion. Damn it. Am I so pathetic? Do I have to set my hopes on Khloe's unborn son? Haha. You also need to gain the baby's permission. Get out of here. I can't continue the conversation with you. Go to bed now. It was midnight, and Khloe got up to use the washroom, which had become quite frequent as the baby grew bigger. The moment she rolled over, Jack woke up. Do you want to use the bathroom? Yeah. Let me help you. No, honey. Go on with your sleep. I can manage. No, the floor is slippery in the bathroom. I'll help you. Jack got up groggily and helped Khloe into the bathroom carefully. Khloe looked at herself in the mirror and saw her complexion was dim due to the pregnancy. It was true that having boys made mothers ugly. Honey, I'm so ugly. What can I do? You looked the same before you were pregnant. Jack chuckled. Damn it, you mock me. No, you're not ugly. You're the most beautiful woman. After the baby is born, you must make it up to me. Khloe touched the spots on her face. Of course. You must make it up to me, too. We haven't done it for so long. Yeah, Mr. Dawson had been celibate for the sake of the baby, and it was a torture for him. But he restrained himself for the sake of the baby and Khloe. You're not alone. I'm almost a nun now. Damn it. Why must babies stay inside for 10 months instead of 1? Khloe complained. Jack laughed out loud. Taking her into his arms carefully, he soothed her. Honey, when the baby is out, I promise I'll let you rest for a few years, okay? Rest for a few years? What do you mean? Do you want another baby? Khloe was stunned. Are you surprised? Are you delighted? Is this the surprise you got for my birthday? Right. Okay, I was just kidding. Pregnancy is not easy on you. How can I let you experience it again? In fact, even if this baby was a girl, we'd stop with it. Jack held her in his arms and whispered loving words to her ear. You scared me, Khloe pouted. Don't worry. Dr. Green, I won't make you pause your career of saving people's lives again. Jack chuckled. Now that you mentioned it, I need to tell you something, honey. Go ahead. After the baby is born, I plan to resign from the hospital and retire. Resign? Retire? Jack was surprised. After all, he knew practicing medicine was Khloe's favorite thing. She had done it for many years and even felt happy when she had to work late. He had never imagined that she'd tell him that she'd resign from the hospital. Yeah, resign. Are you going to be a full-time housewife? Jack felt this wasn't Khloe's style. She was too excellent and independent to stay home planting flowers and raising kids. No, I plan to return to GK and help you. Khloe threw her arms around his neck and cooed. Hearing her words, Jack's eyes became moist. Honey, you've worked so hard in the past years for me and our family. You sacrificed a lot. Others might not understand it, but I know the hardships you've experienced, even if you don't say it. With your love and cherishment, the first half of my life has been perfect since you helped me realize my dream as if it was your own. Having been a doctor for years, I've gained everything I want. I've saved lots of people. In the second half of my life, we can switch places. I will help you realize your dream. The business empire GK is the inherited property of our family. After Avery marries, your second uncle needs help to handle the business in the States. For the future of our family business, I want to work alongside you. I want to do it for our family and our children. Honey, you don't have to do it. You can do whatever you like. I can manage the business in the company. Jack was deeply touched by her words and almost shed tears. No, you don't have to do it alone. I've been willful for a long time. It's settled then. When I'm in labor, I'll send my resignation to the director. There are new medical talents coming after me, and the hospital doesn't need me, but our family needs us to work together for it. Honey, Jack was at a loss for words. He ran his fingers through her long hair tenderly. I'm honored to have you as my wife, Jack said feelingly. Pal, you're right. From now on, you're not allowed to watch those live shows. Your words sound weird. Jack was exasperated. Oh, honey, Avery and Max offered to do the birthday party for me, but I think they'll be overwhelmed by the workload. I've asked Mark to move people to help them. Well done. Khloe placed her hands on his cheeks and kissed him. On the day before your birthday, I intend to take you to a place and spend the day alone. You want to play mysterious on me again? Looking into Mr. Dawson's eyes, she knew he'd do something romantic with her. Yeah, as you're carrying our baby, I intend to give you a surprise. What is it? Guess. No more guesses. I don't like it. Then go back to sleep. With a small smile, Jack carried a big-bellied Khloe to the bed and tucked her in carefully. On the next morning, Khloe finished the morning meeting and went to do rounds, thinking Elsie had left the hospital. However, when she entered the ward, she saw Elsie was having breakfast with a good appetite. Hello, Dr. Green, Elsie smiled. How are you feeling? Is your leg better? Yeah, much better. Come and sit with me. I was going to come to look for you. Elsie changed her attitude and was polite to Khloe, but Khloe was wary of her now. Have you had breakfast? Do you want some? Elsie lifted a small steamed bun. No, I've eaten, thank you. Khloe, I'm sorry for the other day. I spoke out of line. Khloe smiled but didn't speak. I'm too impulsive. Even my mom said I was rude. But I just couldn't help it. I was truly angry. You know I liked Justin and tried to gain his attention when I lived in his house. I know. So when I saw him with that young girl, I just lost it. I'm not stupid, and could see there was nothing going on between him and the girl. He just wants to use the girl to get rid of me. I got even more furious that he'd rather act with someone than stay with me. Elsie, feelings can't be forced. I know. I thought about it during the night when I couldn't sleep and realized that I had acted rashly and taken it out on you. Khloe, are you angry with me? No, I'm not. Then can I go to your birthday party? Elsie looked excited. It's just a family gathering. It's not that I'm an old lady. You guys will make me feel embarrassed. Khloe didn't like telling everyone about her birthday. It wasn't her style. I know. I just think we're fiends and I want to celebrate your birthday. If you don't want me to bring a valuable gift, I'll just go and have a free meal. Hearing her words, Khloe found it was hard to refuse this request, even though she didn't want Elsie to go to her birthday party. It wasn't that she didn't like Elsie, she just didn't want to see the unpleasant meeting between Elsie and Justin. Okay, if your leg is good, you can come. Great, I knew you'd forgive me. After she left the ward, Khloe still had the uncomfortable feeling with her. She couldn't name it since Elsie had looked sincere and frank. Still, Khloe felt something was wrong. The most terrifying thing was that even though she knew Elsie longer than she did Melody, Khloe felt more comfortable talking to Melody. After Khloe left, Elsie picked up her cell phone, typed the following message, and sent it. Senior, it's done. I believe I'll see Fiona again on Khloe's birthday. Of course, I think it's possible that she'll talk to the professor on that day. I'll find an opportunity to plant the device on her. After sending the text message, Elsie smiled meaningfully. She truly liked Justin and had taken it out on Khloe, but she had pretended her remorse to gain Khloe's forgiveness so she could attend her birthday party. She did it to finish the mission that her superior gave to her. After all, no one would guess that the daughter of a high-level provincial official would be a spy. 1 minute later, she received the reply. Be cautious. Jack is alert. There's an anti-tracking device on Khloe. Elsie typed her reply immediately. Got it. Senior, our device is special. Their anti-tracking devices are useless against it. Elsie smiled smugly. Fine. Keep me updated. Her superior seemed to believe Elsie. After all, their edge-cutting tracker couldn't be bought even with money. It must be more than enough to deal with Khloe, an insignificant figure, right? Of course, this was what Elsie and her superior thought. In a country in Africa, Fiona aimed at a target not far from her and fired. Damn it! Did you think I'd not recognize you if you're dressed as a hunter? Legend's people are getting worse and worse. They can't get you because Legend wants to catch you alive, Riker said calmly. Catch me alive? That's ridiculous, Fiona said in disdain. She had had countless skirmishes with Legend. Since he didn't want to kill her, he failed every time when he tried to catch her alive. Fiona was tired of the game, but Ian was still enjoying himself. "You just let Nan go?" Lying in the grass, Riker plucked a green foxtail and brushed it against Fiona's cheek teasingly. "Isn't he your second elder brother? I can't kill him. After all, he'll be part of my family." Fiona smiled slyly. "You might fool others, but do you think I'd buy it? Don't you know how well I know you?" Riker had never looked at anyone else with such tenderness in his eyes. Glinting in the setting sun, his silver short hair looked quite dashing. "Ha ha, then tell me why I didn't kill him." "You want to use him as a bait for big fish. This time, the guys who rescued Nan are not from Thailand." "Smart! Can you guess where they came from?" Fiona sounded excited, but she kept the sniper rifle on her shoulder still as she lay in the grass. "The Golden Triangle?" "Damn it, how did you guess that?" Fiona pouted. "It's not difficult. There are only a few big forces in Southeast Asia while the security in the country gets tighter and no one dares to make trouble. However, the Golden Triangle is a war zone now and needs arms. They contacted my father several times but couldn't agree on the prices. I think they rescued Nan this time for this purpose." "Do you think the bumpkins in the Golden Triangle know whose meat they took this time?" Fiona chuckled. "Of course they do. Only you, Fiona, can catch Nan." "So those bumpkins worked against me on purpose, right?" "From the looks of it, they did." "F them. They dared to mess with me." Furious, Fiona stood up from the grass and fired wildly, killing about a dozen killers lurking in the grass. Even in the shooting rampage, she didn't waste a single bullet. "Psycho Riker, let's get out of here. Africa is too damned hot." "So you'll go to the Golden Triangle for revenge or return to the country?" "Why would I return to the country?" Fiona pretended to be surprised. "What do you think? To eat lotus leaf rice noodles?" Riker glanced at Fiona in disgust. Fiona felt guilty, knowing the fellow still held a grudge against her for eating lotus leaf rice noodles with Anne. "Ahem. How did you know about my sister's birthday? Did you get an invitation?" "No. Your brother-in-law and I talked on the phone." When did you two become so intimate?" Fiona looked at Riker in surprise. "It's between us men," Riker said with a straight face. "Of course I want to go back and celebrate my sister's birthday, but my dad forbade me from going." "The professor knows about it?" "Of course. Do you think he doesn't want to go back? But he knows many people are watching my sister now that her identity has been exposed. She'd be in greater danger if we returned." "That's true. My dad called me yesterday and warned me not to go back, afraid I'd be used by our enemies." "What's your plan?" "I don't know. I'm torn. If you truly want to go back, I'll go with you. We can bring all our people back and protect Sister Khloe." "I still think it's risky. If something happens to my sister because of me, I'd hate myself for the rest of my life." Sighing heavily, Fiona tossed down her gun and walked away. In the setting sun, her figure looked lonely. Riker blamed himself. He had tried his best to protect her, but she was still unhappy. A simple thing such as reuniting with her sister was extremely difficult for Fiona. Riker made a decision silently. Melody still ran errands in Imperial Star and didn't get any special treatment because of her special relationship with Justin. Ever since her negotiation with Justin, Rory had worked hard, getting full scores in dance and singing. During the interview the company organized for the trainees, Rory got a big coverage, overshadowing Yaru and drawing some of the latter's fans to her Weibo account. Yaru was incensed. One day after class, Rory was walking out of the room while wiping sweat from her face, when Yaru stood in her way. "A good dog never stands in the way," Rory insulted her. "Who did you call a dog?" "I call whoever's blocking my way a dog." Rory was full of filthy words, but she only behaved like this with Yaru. "Rory, you're young but so shameless. You'd do anything to rise to fame." "Don't pull this BS on me. If you're so noble, you can go to a nun's temple. Don't play innocent with me." Rory was hot-tempered and dared to talk back to her teachers, not to mention Yaru. If Yaru thought she was as easy a prey as Melody, then she was sadly mistaken. Rory, you'd do anything to rise to fame. You not only seduced President Cooper but made Melody join you in a 3P. You're disgusting. Whoa, I say, big sister Yaru even knows 3P. You must have watched lots of porn movies, right? Rory sneered. Yaru paled instantly. If I want to play 3P, it's not your business. If you want, you can join us. Yaru's face turned crimson in fury. In the past, Rory had always skipped classes and activities, so Yaru got the opportunity to stand under the spotlight as the captain of the trainees, drawing lots of fans with the veneer of a pretty young girl. But now, Rory changed into a diligent student, making Yaru worry about her position, which was why she confronted Rory. But immediately, she was overwhelmed by the latter's verbal assault. Rory, how can a woman like you exist in the world? Yaru said in a loud voice in fury, drawing the eyes of their teacher and classmates. Everything has its weakness. God created me just to deal with people like you. Rory stuck out her tongue at Yaru, who got so furious that she almost dropped to the ground, foaming at her mouth. You just wait and see. I'll deal with you. Yaru's fingers trembled in rage. Yaru, forget it. She's President Cooper's, we'd better not mess with her. President has had lots of women. Who does she think she is? Soon he'll get tired of her and find a new girl. Then I'll deal with her. Yaru was convinced that Rory would fall out of favor with Justin and waited for that day to come. After class, Rory went to find Melody to go out and grab a bite, but she looked everywhere and couldn't find her. She sent messages to Melody, but received no response. At this moment, Justin pulled Melody into a shop selling high-end women's clothes. President Cooper, what's going on? Are you giving me a bonus for the Moon Festival? Glancing at the assortment of clothes, Melody joked. Yeah, if you like, you can take it as a bonus. Take your choice. Can I have all of them? Shame on you, Justin scolded in a huff. Ha, you said I could have my choice. You can only choose one outfit. It's for you to wear to Khloe's birthday party. Wow, you plan to take me? What do you think? Do you think I'll go by myself? Justin was sick of being called a permanent bachelor. Besides, he got a message from Khloe saying that Elsie would attend the party too, so he had to keep acting. He truly wanted nothing to do with Elsie. He had played a couple with her because she hadn't fallen in love with him at that time. Justin hated to owe people, especially emotionally. He had let down that good girl Kira and didn't want to hurt other women. Seeing Melody had no interest in him, he thought they could work together. Only one outfit? You're a miser. Melody sighed. You should feel lucky that it's a gift for you. If it was someone else, I'd ask her to keep the tags and return the clothes after the party, Justin said teasingly. So the rumors about your generosity are false, right? In fact, you're a wealthy miser. Shut up and choose your clothes. Can I choose a pair of shoes? Melody chuckled. You can throw in some underwear too. Grab the chance. It's a one-time thing. You're vicious. Then I'll choose whatever I want, President Cooper. She stood up and called out, Miss, please find the most expensive dress for me. I want it in small. A pair of size 36 shoes and small-sized underwear. If you have hats, find me one. Handbags are too expensive, so I'll pass that. Get me a pair of pearl earrings. I want them white to match my dress. Half an hour later, Melody walked out of the changing room in the most expensive outfit she had chosen. As a dancer, she had a slim figure and could totally hold the hot pink dress. If it was someone else, this dress would make the wearer look like a vulgar country girl. Miss, lots of people tried this on, but only you can make it shine, the saleswoman praised sincerely. President Cooper, you can pay now. I want this dress, Melody said cheerfully. President Cooper, the total is $230,000. So much? Justin looked reluctant, thinking the girl took advantage of his generosity. The dress is limited edition and costs $160,000. Fine, take the card. Justin stopped the explanation and handed her the black gold card. President Cooper, your girlfriend is very pretty, and classy too. I'm not his girlfriend, but his employee. Lately, our boss is in a great mood and gave us employees a bonus for the Moon Festival. So, pretty, do you want to join our Imperial Star? Maybe we'll get race cars for Christmas. Justin almost passed out when he heard it. Melody, are you having fun? Justin gave her a dirty look. Thank you for the Moon Festival bonus, President Cooper. Melody's eyes curved up in a smile. Justin touched his nose and walked out without a word. It seemed she had infuriated him. I must tell you, I didn't buy this outfit for you to date those villains. It's for Khloe's birthday party. I know. I'll do my best. Girl, you never disguise your love for money. Can't you pretend a little bit? Justin found the woman was crazy for money. She had taken $2,000 without a word last time. Now she didn't even pretend to decline when he took her out to buy clothes. Other women would play coy and pretend to be modest even though they desperately wanted the clothes. I'm a straightforward person. We're busy, and I don't want to waste our time on guessing games. Forget it. You can always find something to say in your defense. Anyway, on that day, you must stay by my side. I'll pick you up before we drive to the yacht. Okay. President Cooper, I want to know how much you plan to pay me for pretending to be your girlfriend on that day. What do you mean? Justin thought he had heard it wrong. I meant the payment for my work on that day. How can you ask for a payment? I just spent over $200,000 on you. You aren't worth this much money even if I sell you. Justin was furious. I don't think so. President Cooper, you gave me the clothes because you wanted to. After the tags are cut, I won't be able to return them. I can't work for you for one whole day for nothing in return. You mean you won't go to Khloe's birthday party if you don't go with me? No. If you don't take me, I'll go myself. But I'll feel less tired since I don't need to help you deal with that woman from the hospital. She's very ferocious, and dealing with her takes lots of physical strength and brain power. Of course, if you think it's not a good deal for you, I can return the clothes to you. Or you can find another girl to do it. I think Yaru is a good candidate. You can have a try with her. Melody, are you doing this on purpose? Justin stared down at the sharp-tongued young girl. Yaru was a typical scheming girl pretending to be noble and innocent. Justin didn't care to spare her a glance. In comparison, Melody was less annoying despite her love for money. I don't dare. I was trying to recommend other candidates. Thank you for your kindness, but I don't need it. President Cooper, about the payment. As we did the last time, I'll pay you $2,000. Justin tried to remain calm. No way. It's a big occasion and I'll have to deal with many people. $2,000 is not enough. How much do you want? Justin's face turned dark as if he'd explode any moment. $5,000. No, $3,000, Justin haggled. $3,500. It's final. $3,200. Justin drove a hard bargain. My big boss, you have a fortune that's worth tens of billions. Can you stop being a miser? You won't even pick up $200 bills on the ground even if you see them. Don't be so brazen, please. Since you are brazen enough to ask for a pay, I'm brazen enough to haggle. I can be brazen because I'm nobody, but you're a big figure and can't be so shameless. Shut up, $3,000. No, $3,500 is the bottom price, or you can find someone else. Melody stood her ground. Biting on his lip, Justin tried to suppress his fury. Melody, do you still expect to become something at Imperial Star after offending your boss in this way? Justin demanded with his hands on his hips. Thank you for your reminder, boss, but I've never planned to be a big shot. I'll be satisfied if I can make some money and make ends meet. Fine, you can go now. I don't want to see you. Justin waved the sharp-tongued girl away and left in his race car. Melody had complicated feelings inside as she stood there with the bag of luxurious clothes that Justin bought for her. She hoped her behavior had convinced him that she was a slave of money. In this way, Justin wouldn't be nice to her, and she wouldn't fall in love with him, just like all the other women who had fallen for him. If she did, she'd end up in misery. Yeah. No one knew that Justin was using this method to protect herself from being hurt. When she returned, Rory was sitting in their dorm room. Melody, you're back. Yeah. Damn it, you're rich. Even I can't afford this brand. No, President Cooper bought those for me. What? Justin bought them for you, so he is indeed interested. Rory smiled slyly. It's not what you think. He only asked me to do him a favor, so... Melody put down the bag and sat on her bed, feeling fatigued. Melody, the things between you and my uncle develop very fast. Not at all. I pissed him off. He almost died of fury. No, he won't die of fury. My uncle is very tough, and few people are his match. Rory instinctively felt something would happen between Justin and Melody. Forget it. I don't want to talk about it. Melody didn't want to discuss the few exchanges between herself and Justin, knowing nothing would come out of it. No matter how hard Mrs. Cooper and Sister Khloe tried, they couldn't do a thing about feelings. The distance between her and Justin was as wide as the distance between the sky and the ocean. Come and eat fruits. Rory pointed at the ground and Melody saw a big bag of fruits on it. Why did you buy so many fruits? It's too much for us. I didn't buy it. It's a gift from Big Brother Lin. Oh. Melody felt nothing for Lin Hung and had no interest to know more about this weirdo. Big Brother Lin asked me to say thank you to you. He doesn't need to thank me. It was you who got him out. But you talked to Chief Ace for him. Anyway, he's in a good mood and even bought me ice cream. Rory truly loved that fellow from the auto repair shop and was excited just because he bought her ice cream. Rory, I'm not experienced in relationships, but I feel if a woman pays much more than the man in a relationship, she'd be very tired. I know. But you still don't want to give up. Is that fellow really so good? Yeah. In my heart, he's the best. I'm still young, but in a couple of years, I'll go home and steal my household registration so I can marry him. Did he agree to your plan? He doesn't need to. It's my decision. She looked as overbearing as his uncle. Melody remembered Justin and the rumors about him. Rory, President Cooper has loved Sister Khloe for so many years and done so many things for her. I wonder if Dr. Green has ever been touched and swayed by him, especially during the 1 year when she lived in the Cooper family's house. You want to ask me if Dr. Green ever liked my uncle even for a little bit? Rory took a bite of an apple and concluded for her. Yeah, I'm curious. Melody nodded. I know how you can get an answer to that question. How? You can ask Dr. Green. Rory smiled slyly. She'd kick me out. Melody put a hand on her face, exasperated at the girl's lousy idea. Haha, no kidding. In fact, the answer is simple. Don't tease me. Melody no longer believed Rory's words. No, I'm serious. My uncle is handsome and has a high social status. He's powerful and charming. The most important thing is that he's so devoted to Dr. Green. Any woman would fall for him. I don't think Dr. Green is immune to him because she can always keep her head clear. After all, no one can keep a clear head before love, right? You mean? I think there's only one reason for it. Dr. Green's man is so excellent that he overshadows my uncle. So, Dr. Green can only see that man. You mean Sister Khloe's husband? I saw him only a few times. I don't know him well, so I can't make any comments. Melody tried to recall the few times she had seen Jack. She remembered he was a gorgeous man of few words. But Sister Khloe was very obedient to him, leaning against him like a little girl. Maybe that was what love should look like? Dr. Green's birthday party must be a big occasion. My uncle is thoughtful to have bought you clothes for it. Because he wants me to help him. Don't say that. If he only wants someone to help him, anyone can do it. But he chose you. Ha ha. You're imagining things. Since I'm going to the party too, he thinks it's convenient to go together. Melody didn't want to delve into Justin's motives. The girls chatted in the dorm room until midnight, at South Hill Manor. After the kids were asleep, Khloe and Jack went upstairs into their bedroom. Honey, put on this and I'll take you to a place. Jack pointed at a bag on the bed. What's this, a uniform? Yeah, kind of. Jack smiled but didn't continue. Someone is in a certain mood today, but it's useless since I can't do it with you. Khloe blushed. You're imagining things. I didn't mean that. Mr. Dawson thought Khloe looked the cutest when she blushed. What uniform is it? Policewoman or stewardess? Khloe asked curiously as she opened the bag. Jack didn't answer. Her eyes turned moist when she took out the jacket. It was indeed a uniform, a familiar one too. Where did you find it? Khloe smiled with tears in her eyes. She was holding a school uniform jacket of the second high school. The sight brought lots of memories to her mind. Afraid that her school uniform would get mixed up with other girls, she had asked her mother to embroider the character Khloe on the collar. Subconsciously, her fingers moved to the collar. When she saw that familiar character, tears welled up and slid down her cheeks. "Do you like it, honey?" Jack hugged her from behind. "I love it, but why did you take these out all of a sudden?" Khloe choked back tears and buried herself in Jack's arms, feeling his love. After graduation, she had put her high school uniform away and never found the opportunity to wear it again. Even back during the campus event, the school had provided her and Jack new uniforms. So, Khloe felt very emotional upon seeing her actual uniform from high school. After all, the 3 happiest years of her life happened at second high school, when she and Jack were together. Back then, she was still young and naive. "Put it on and come with me," Jack responded mysteriously, as always. After changing into her school uniform, Khloe looked at herself in the mirror and couldn't help but laugh. "Ha, my belly's so big now. What if the security guard outside the school thinks that I'm hiding ammo in here?" "Don't worry, we're not going back to school." "If we're not going back to school, wouldn't people think we have gone nuts, wearing school uniforms and wandering around at midnight?" Khloe asked with concern. "We'll be fine. Let's go." Jack quietly wrapped his hand around Khloe's, and the two of them tiptoed downstairs. Pudding watched as they left and sighed behind the slightly open door of her bedroom. "What's wrong, Pudding?" Kenneth, who was video chatting Pudding, asked. "Mommy and Daddy went out on a date again. Every time this happens, I feel like a third wheel in their lives." "Haha, that's normal. At least Uncle Dawson does all this behind your back. My dad does it in my face, and even calls Mommy honey and darling in front of me. So, you should be happy with the treatment you receive." "Ha, I didn't know Uncle Blake could be so cute." Pudding couldn't help but laugh upon seeing Kenneth's imitation of his dad. "Of course, my dad may seem like the boss when he's outside of the house, but as soon as he comes home, he's Mommy's little kitten. Of course, the same goes for me." "Same here. My mommy calls the shots at home. Little Bean and I may be at the bottom of the food chain now, but things will change once our little brother's born." "Poor kid. He's become the scapegoat of the family and he isn't even born yet. That's why we call him Scapegoat Dawson." "That's a really good nickname, haha. Where's Little Bean? Is she sleeping?" "She's been asleep for hours now. Look at her. She's still holding a bottle of drinkable yogurt in her hands. Unbelievable," Pudding said as she turned the camera to face Little Bean. As described, she had a bottle of drinkable yogurt in her hand and was drooling out of the corner of her mouth. "Holy crap, I have no comment on this." Kenneth and Pudding's relationship was quite stable. They played together and chatted with each other about school, friends, and life. Kenneth even gave all his red pocket money to Pudding, and the latter would invest it for him. He may not seem like it, but he had a couple $1 million in his account already. Although this may not seem like a lot of money to Pudding, she still dedicated a portion of her time to helping Kenneth with his finance. She even messaged him when there was an obvious growth in his investments. "Pudding, when you grow up, can you move into my house?" "Why would I do that?" Pudding understood what Kenneth was talking about, but pretended not to know. "So we can live together, like your mommy and daddy." "But they're married and we're not." Pudding turned her face shyly. "But we will be. We grew up together. Once we're our parents' age, we would have known each other longer than they have." "But what if you end up falling in love with another girl in the future?" Pudding threw Kenneth a curveball. "I won't," Kenneth responded confidently. "Why not?" "Because there's a lot of girls at school, but I never hang out with them. Instead, I'm video chatting with you in the middle of the night." Kenneth was known to have both a high IQ and a high EQ and spent a lot of time with the twins. He didn't know what love was and didn't really know what it felt to be in love. All he knew was he spent a lot of time with Pudding and Little Bean, and everyone around him felt like he was going to marry one of them when he grew up. So, all the dots connected. They were still young and linked love and marriage to cohabitation. Kenneth's parents lived together. Pudding and Little Bean's parents lived together. They rarely fought and seemed to care a lot about each other. Wasn't that enough? It wasn't until they grew up did Pudding and Kenneth realize how difficult love really was. No one had smooth sailing all the way from the beginning to the end. Love can hurt, no matter who you were or what you were capable of. Of course, that was way down the road. Jack and Khloe drove away from South Hill Manor with a bunch of bodyguards following closely behind. He honestly didn't have the confidence to protect Khloe on his own anymore. Plus, he had been very careful ever since Nalo's visit. So, he had the bodyguards leading the way and following behind, forming a protective bubble around them. Soon, he parked their car outside a movie theater. "Honey, are we watching a movie?" Khloe glanced at the movie theater after getting out of the car. They were outside one of the most popular movie theaters in the city. Because of their great visual and sound systems, this place was always packed with people, especially during the evenings. Let's watch a movie first." "Should I buy some popcorn and cola?" Khloe smiled. "No, I have something special for you." Then, Jack grabbed Khloe's hand and led her into the theater. "Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Dawson." The staff had obviously prepared themselves for their arrival. "Honey, you rented the place?" Khloe whispered. "Of course not. Watching a movie is boring if it's just us." To ensure Khloe's safety, Jack had carefully selected the members of the audience. They were either the theater's employees, bodyguards, or GK's managers. The crowd filled up the entire screening room. Khloe and Jack sat down in the very middle. "Mr. Dawson, the things you ordered." A member of the staff carefully handed Jack something. Then, Jack handed it to Khloe. "This is the soda that we used to drink?" Khloe asked with surprise. This company had stopped producing this specific kind of soda. It was very popular back in the days, but with the launch of many other flavors, this one soon became out of fashion. "I contacted the boss of the company and asked him to produce 2 bottles just for us. Give it a try, see if it still tastes the same." Khloe lowered her head and began to drink out of the straw. The flavor and texture was exactly the same as she remembered it to be. "This is so good," she smiled with satisfaction. "What about this? Do you want to give this a try?" Jack then handed her a grilled corn that he took out of nowhere. Corn was Khloe's favorite snack. "Honey, you did well. So what are we watching tonight? My old classmate?" Khloe assumed they would be watching a movie like this, since they were going down memory lane tonight. "You'll see," Jack said as the theater darkened. The initial dialogue sent a jitter into Khloe's heart. The voices of 2 people, a man and a woman, echoed inside the theater. They said, "Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening."